All right, hey everybody, this is DJ Superjam on DJ League Talks, and our guest today is one of our DJ League DJs. He goes by the name of DJ Black Tiger. That's a lot of DJs right there. So yeah, let me just start right off and say Black Tiger, can you let us know, like, how did you start DJing, or what made you want to start DJing?
Well, that story is kind of a long one, but I'll try to give you the short version. Growing up in Detroit, we had a DJ that was called Electrifying Mojo, and everybody was glued to this guy every weekend. They came on Saturday nights mostly, but under the week he would do little spots here and there, and we were all glued to him, and he was a guy. We got a chance to listen to all different kinds of music, because that's what he was spinning, like the newest stuff. And that kind of pushed me in that direction. I was like, man, I wish I could be like that guy, because he was like well known throughout the city, even though nobody ever really seen his face. So then later on, I was DJing for one of my company events, and the guy there, he was also a DJ from back in the day, and he was like, man, you got the right voice, you got, the right vibe for it, you should take it seriously. And at that point, that's when I decided to jump all in.
All right, all right. So what's your style? Like, what style of music do you like to play, or what don't you like to play? Just tell a little bit about that.
In the beginning, I was kind of like wanted to be one of those DJs that, no matter what the event was, what the theme was, I could be able to just jump in and do my thing. But over time, it became more and more of a hip hop and R&B DJ. So that's kind of the direction I went in.
Do you still play the other music at different events or something?
Depending on the event, I say about 6 months ago, I did a early's rock and roll type thing, 50s, 60s rock. So I try to consider myself to be kind of versatile, but I also, depending on the event, I also do my homework. You just can't jump in and do anything. You got to know what you're dealing with.
How do you prepare? Like when you're doing your homework, like just describe it for some DJs that don't even know what homework is as a DJ.
Man, homework is like, first of all, is kind of picking out, trying to find out what the most popular tunes for that era were. Um, Listening to them over and over and over again till you got it basically coming out of your ears. Uh, no pun intended, but you get a feel for how that music is put together and how different songs is going to relate together. So, and then you go from there.
Okay. So what sets you apart from other DJs?
I like to be more of a in the mix type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just playing for other people, because I think that when the people are looking at you playing, right, and they know you're there, but when they look at you and they see that you're like motivated, and they're not the only ones that dance. Hey, the DJ is up there and he's having fun too. Look at him. He's in the mix, in the vibe. And that brings more out of them. So that's what I try to bring to the table.
That's how you engage your audience by, like, yeah, being part of that, doing some dancing also a little bit and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Uh, what's some of your biggest music influences and inspirations?
Well, let's be quite frank with it. I've had a lot of different DJs that have given me a lot of information over the time that I've been actively engaged in it. DJ TLM from Holland. Of course, I've got the opportunity to work with you a couple of times, and you kind of, I picked your brain a little bit, and you gave me some very insightful tips. DJ Money, DJ Chili E, DJ Carlo Antondito. All of these guys have everybody's got a lot of knowledge, and I'm trying to take all that I can get from everybody and put it together to make it my own.
And that's a good thing. That's why I liked also like working with you, because like you would take criticism, which a lot of people, they don't want anybody to tell them what to do. It's not about telling what to do, but just like to give you tips and stuff like that. And you would take those tips and you would say, oh, okay, how can I use this? You know, and it showed by how you progressed as you were DJing. You know, from when I met you a couple of years ago to where you are right now. You know, it's you've come a long way, and you've been working hard at it, and you can see that. I mean, now you're the part of a large DJ League coalition. You know, with over 100 DJs worldwide. You have radio shows that are playing all over the world, and that's big. So I mean, how has DJ League like affected your life?
Man, DJ League, man, has been, I mean, to put it quite frankly, has been a blessing, you know what I'm saying? Because one of the main things that went as a DJ, you're just, in the beginning, you're starting out in your bedroom and you're only playing for yourself. You know what I mean? You're trying this, trying that. You know, of course, now in this day and age, a lot of tech has brought DJs a lot more advanced tips right at their fingertips. So, you know, if it's something that you really want to learn how to do, then, you know, if you don't have per se like me, a bunch of, you know, DJs that are around you all the time, you know, you got YouTube, you got Instagram, you got all these things, you know, where you can kind of pick up tips and tricks from here, and then you get on the tables and you try it out. So, you know, those things have been helpful. But, you know, just like even with the DJ League, I listen to a lot of the guys' mixes because it gives me a chance to pick up new music that I probably would never heard before from different places, you know, like the way they vibe in Italy is different than the way they vibe in France, and the way they vibe in France is different than in England. So you pick up a lot of a little nuances from around the league, you know.
Ah, nice, nice. Uh, what are some of the trends and changes that you notice, like in the DJ community?
Uh, I would say the primary one is just the tech that's involved. I mean, because every year, you know, it seems like they're coming out with the new hottest tech, and trying to keep up with it is really mind-boggling because
Yeah.
by the time you get, you know, one piece of gear and you get good at it, boom, they've already dropped another one. You're like, wow, you know what? That would really go good with what I got. So yeah, it's constantly evolving. The game has changed from back in the day when you probably first started. It was just turntables, and I'll tell you, from growing up, I seen those guys with those trucks that come in and up goes the back and they're pulling all of this stuff out. And nowadays it's like, you know, everything is so mobile, you know, you can
Yeah,
pretty much carry all of those crates that you have on a USB stick.
yeah. It's de times have definitely changed. Let me see. As a DJ, what are some of the biggest challenges that you face?
Man, that list goes that's a long list. I mean, I would say the biggest challenge that not only me but any DJ has is reading the crowd, because you know we all know like what the criteria is. You know, you can go in there and you're like, yeah, I got this, and guess I got all my stuff together. I've done my homework, and I'm ready for them. You put on the track, and nobody moves, and then you're like, oh, now what? So plan two. Let's get out of that, get to something else, and see if that gets them to move. You're looking for any kind of sign that gives you that feeling that you're in the right direction. You see somebody head bobbing, then you know, okay, I'm moving in the right direction. You see somebody's feet tapping, yeah, I'm getting there. And then you know, once you get them doing this here in the chair, then you're pretty much in the right direction. But you know, as you know, one wrong song and you've lost all the work and you got to start all over again.
Bring
So
them
that's
back.
about the biggest thing. reading the crowd.
Uh, have you ever had like a difficult situation that had something else would do with that? And how did you deal with it? Something that happened in the club?
Ah, yeah, that goes back to when I first started, man. Uh, I'm playing songs and I'm really, kind of finding my way. Uh, I would say early in the game of learning how to DJ, and got this piece of equipment. I kind of know how to use it, but there are still certain things that I don't know about it. And I ended up hitting one of the hot cues. And on mine, if you hit the hot cue and you hold it, it'll start to play the track. But if you let up your finger, then whoop, it jumps back to the beginning and it stops and it waits for you. And I remember,
Oh,
I remember doing that, and I wanted to go da 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 da, da. And the second time I did it, so that I was supposed to hit the start button, but I hit the same key again, and it only played part of it. And then I was like, "Oh crap, what do I do now?" And I think that was when I was DJing with you, and you was like, "Oh, I know how to fix that. That's easy." Wow. And that was one of the first lessons that I learned, that nobody knows that you've made a mistake until you react. So how you
true.
react tells them what you've done. So lesson learned.
Yeah, you can make a mistake, you can have things happen and yeah, nobody knows what's supposed to be happening. Uh
Well, I know that I'll say that it's one of those things where you don't plan on it to happen, but when it happens, you need to know how to rectify the
the show must
situation.
go on basically.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you have to make something happen. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Never take anything for granted. Not in
So,
this business.
yeah, yeah. So I always like when you hit me up and you're like, "Hey, check this program. I got this new thing that I found," and you're always sharing these different things like for production or how to put mixes together and different things like that. What are some of your favorite or latest things that you've discovered that are cool to work with for DJs?
I came across a program called DJ Studio, and I'm just like on Facebook, going up and down my timeline, seeing who's written, who's responded, blah blah blah. And this ad came across, and I was like, wow, that seems pretty interesting. What's that all about? So I popped in, looked at a couple of YouTube videos on, what it was all about, and then I was like, man, this is awesome, because I remember from a few days of hanging out at your crib, you were showing me, you got this program for that, this program for that, then you got to take this and put it over there, and then put this over here, and then you mix them together, and then it's like, wow. And I'm not gonna lie, I've tried a few programs myself and tried to get a hang of the music producing side of it. And I was like, I just don't get how he does it. It's just so much stuff going on. How do you keep track of it all? And this program particularly allows all of that to take place within one program. And I was like, dude, I have to call Jam. He needs to know about this. This is awesome.
That's cool. Definitely cool. I mean, right now you have everything is getting easier. I mean, that's the whole thing about our technology and things that are to make us more comfortable and make us be able to work more efficiently. All the AI type of production tools and DJ tools and artwork and everything that's going on. It's all just helps you to work faster, work more efficiently. And I think that's really something that we're a part of that time when this is happening. And I really I embrace it and I really like that we're doing it. Yeah,
Well,
man. So
the good thing about knowing about the old tech, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I think everybody should advance, because it only helped them out in the long run. But the thing about it all, though, you know, even the old tech, one should like not forego it, because if something would God forbid something would ever happen, you know, you may have to rely on going back to the old school. Because when I really first started just dabbling with it, I had a Pioneer rack stereo system, and I went into the PX and I bought me a mixer. It was one of the little small new mark ones. Golly, like 2 channels, maybe, you know. And I found a way to hook it all together. I got a record player on top, tape deck in the middle, and I'm like, how can I make this work? So that was my first beginnings of trying of jumping into the DJ scene without being a DJ. And I was like, man, this is pretty good. If I could pull this off with a record player and a tape deck, imagine what I could do if I had 2 record players. So yeah. So the old tech, never forego it. Never forego it.
I mean that's it's a lucky thing by us because we're a bit older, you know, than like the kids that are starting to DJ and you know just getting their feet wet right away. They're going right away into this new tech, and it's like everything is fast. I knew one DJ, old school DJ that was teaching a kid. He had this student, and he was showing him how to blend and how to you know do cue points and different things like that. And the kid was like, yeah, this is a bunch of work. You know, why do I want to learn all that? And it's kind of a lost, like a little bit of a lost thing now because it is a lot of work. There's a lot of work when you do the old school stuff, you know. It's good to know how to do some of that, but I don't think it's really necessary anymore because it is so time consuming just to learn how to do certain things, you know. You have to practice. You have to practice and practice and practice. When you can do something in a very quick way, it just makes more sense actually, you know. It took me a while to even get to the point of understanding that the like auto sync is okay. It's okay for somebody to use auto sync, you know, uh, because it's one step you don't have to do. You don't have to sit there and try to beat match this and that. Another thing is the constant pitch, you know. Some people are like, yeah, well, constant pitch, you know, it's not really making sense. When I speed it up, it doesn't really speed up. You know, the tone stays the same.
Mm.
But it makes life easier. And that's the whole thing about the whole technology anyways, is to make life easier, you know. And
Well,
as
I
a
mean,
DJ,
I'm not gonna knock that auto sync, but me personally, I I don't use it, you know, because to me, learning anything from the ground up, then I understand how it has advanced to what it is. You know what I mean? So using my own equipment, I know how it works. It's got the auto beat sync on there, but I don't use it. You know what I'm saying? I rather do it myself because then I know that, for example, if I learn how to auto sync, just like this kid, I get it. I understand it. But if I learn how to use the auto sync, what happens the day that that button don't work? Now you have to do it the hard way. And if you don't know how to do it the hard way, there you are.
yeah.
So I believe in doing it from the ground up. That way I understand, like when another DJ is explaining to me how he's doing this and that and the other thing there, that I understand the concept behind it because I've done it from the ground up.
Yeah. Okay.
So that would be my take on it.
Okay. Well, like I said, everybody has their different. There's some people are going to agree with you. Some people are going to be like, no, you know. But that's the whole thing. And in this DJ community, we have so many different styles of DJs. You have beat jugglers. You have what they call. I think they're called pad bangers. Is when they hit
Mm,
those cue points and they're just
right, right.
you know
And they make
and
music out of it. Yeah.
and they are doing some amazing stuff where I'm like, oh my goodness, you know. It's really another a whole nother not just generation but just a whole nother movement of sound and music and being able to manipulate, being able to to take a part of a song or using like stems, you know, separating the whole song into 5 different pieces and stuff. It's just insane. And
Yeah.
right now you can just get really creative with everything, and it's really cool.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I see them on YouTube too, and now I'm just aghast at just how they're able to do it, you know. But I don't knock them for being able to do that. I mean, hey, we're all at the bottom of the day, at the end of the day, we're all performers and we're performing for the crowd. Our job, no matter how we do it, is all the same. We are here to make sure that our patrons that are listening to us are having a good time. They're hearing the music that they like and they are vibing. That's the bottom line.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, so before we go, do you have any upcoming projects or collaborations that you're excited about? Anything you can share with
Yep.
us?
There's going to be another old school jam on the 13th of April. I do believe. Yeah,
Yeah,
13th
yeah.
of April. So I'm looking forward to that because the last one was seriously off the hook. It was great.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to the next one. Looking forward to seeing you there. Hopefully, Chili will be able to drop through. Hopefully, Big Money will be back from his vacation. He'll be able to fall through. But anybody else out there would like to come on down? Come on down.
Yeah, it's a good get together, and it's always cool to see other DJs just come and hang out, you know, and party with us, and yeah, that's what it's all about, you know.
One thing I want to add is that, being a DJ, you get to meet a lot of people, and I noticed that over my course of my time being a DJ, it's like the first time they see you, the people they just want to see, okay, new guy, never seen him before. What's he all about? Can he do this? Can he do something up there? And then they like you the first time, they want to see you again. Maybe it was a fluke. They want to see you again. You come back, you party with them again. Then they're like, man, yeah. When he comes in, it's like, hey, you're back. Yeah, I'm here. Let's get started.
All right, very cool. Hey, well, thanks again for doing the interview.
Hey,
Uh,
yes, sir.
We have this is the first one starting the DJ League's talks. We're gonna do another one with one of the female vocalists that we have music on the DJ League pool. Uh, Miss Ruby Shabazz. That's gonna be the next one that's coming up. So we're gonna keep doing the interviews and also doing some live interviews at concerts and so on. And so give you some behind the scenes and everything. And yeah. Black Tiger, thanks for coming out and sharing your life with us. And just yeah, keep on making
Not,
that music, man. Keep doing
not a
what you do.
problem. Representing Detroit from Germany.
All right. All right. Take it easy, man.
Take it easy, man.